We are here in the beautiful, beautiful Pacific Northwest at the Island Lake Taps Golf Course. So we've got the beautiful water behind us, and it's a little cloudy today, but usually there's Mount Rainier in the background, and we're here joining us with family and friends, and I'm so glad that we can have you here. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to come onto our mat, and we're just going to sit down in a comfortable cross-legged position. So just come into a place where you can be and breathe for a moment. You can close your eyes, and we'll just start to bring your awareness in. So start to slow your breath down, really taking your time on the inhales and exhales. And just allow every muscle in your body to relax for just a moment. So allow the muscles to just fall where they may, melt down, as if you were surrendering all of your worries and all of your cares down into the ground, just releasing it there. Focusing your awareness on lengthening and deepening your breath. So in a world where we're go, 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 we're going to do the opposite of that and really take our time in slowing down the breath. Now maybe even start to constrict the back of your throat just a little bit, so you're breathing into the back of the throat, and this will help you lengthen your breath even more. So you're pulling air in on the inhale, and on the exhale you're pressing the air out slow. So it's an audible breath, and we keep it contained in and out through the nose, so trying to keep the mouth closed as best you can throughout the entire practice. But this is a way that you harness your breath and harness your energy so you can use the power of the inhale and the exhale. And as we inhale, know that you are bringing more life force, more energy, and more vitality to every cell in your body, in your being. And as you exhale, you're allowing whatever it is that needs to be recycled within yourself that sometimes gets stuck in tension spots in the joints. And on the exhale, we expel and dispel that. And we use our exhale to get ahead. So if there's ever a time when you're stressed out, we inhale that energy, very slow, calm, focused breath through the nose. And as you exhale, you think about letting it go. Letting go any tension. And here's that dance with yoga where we let in on the in-breath, and then we let it out. Giving up our cares, our worries, on the out breath, and we use that to get ahead. And now let's activate your bandhas. So pull the pelvic wall up and the navel in towards your spine. So strong abdominal lock. And notice how your tailbone will tuck itself under automatically. So you want to help it out by lengthening the back of your neck. So elongate the back of your neck and gently bring your chin down towards your chest. So allow all of the trapezius muscles up here around the neck and tops of shoulders to just melt down your back. Have them spiral away, releasing any holding patterns that you may or may not have within the shoulder and neck area. Now remember to keep your core contracted. That way we harness our energy and keep it within so we can use it within our body, and also help recycle any tension that may or may not be stuck within ourselves. So think about yourself as a live wire, and when you don't pull your pelvic wall up and the belly in, your live wire could just spew your energy out all over the place. So let's harness it, collect it, and learn how to use it to get ahead. That way you come out on top, and you can be alert, emotionally sound, so that you can show up not only for yourself, but for those around you. So here we are practicing how to balance the action with relaxation. strong core here, still breathing slowly. So just because your muscles are strong here, you want to see if you can relax the muscles around the heart area. That way the lungs are non-constricted, and we're balancing the action with relaxation, flexing certain muscle groups while relaxing others. So strong core, relaxed chest. Breath easily flows in and out, no restrictions there. And now start to straighten out your legs, and we're just going to come into a simple V here, just comfortable, not too wide, just to get more circulation in through the legs. So start to sit your hip bones back and even, just so that you can evenly ground them down into the ground. Now we're activating this pose here. Both hands come down in front, and we're still going to keep the chin tucked down towards the chest. Very gently pressing on the glands here. And knowing whenever you press on these glands in the neck, it's an instant trigger for relaxation. It's always there for you whenever you need it, on and off the mat. So remember, deep breath, harness your energy, elongate the back of your neck. It's like you're lifting through the crown of your head. So active pose here. Really press the backs of your legs down into the ground. Flex and activate the feet muscles. And here we're going to start to create our heat as well as let go any tension in the neck. Start off our Monday, our week nice and strong, centered, grounded, and connected. So very slowly start to roll one ear towards the other. Now as we are doing this, allow your breath to lead your body. So you're breathing your way from one end of the spectrum to the other. Now activating your arms, so the arms are elongated in front and palms are just gently pressing down. That way you get more of a stretch as you send your shoulders down your back. Now if there's any point that you need to stop and breathe into like a kink in your neck, sometimes I get a kink right there, feel free to stop and then send your breath into that spot. We've activated your energy, we've harnessed it, and we're breathing slow. And the very word yoga, it's not all these poses. The word yoga actually means to unite. Bringing together your mind, body, breath, all at the same time. So as long as you're focusing your attention and your breath and allowing your breath to lead your body, that is yoga. So just let go of any picture that you have in your mind of what yoga is and what it isn't. Just let all of that go right now. It's not about how you look. It's not about how deep you can go into a pose. It's about how the pose feels within your own body. We're exploring the thousands of uncharted regions within the self. So just breathing your way from one opposite end of the spectrum to the other, being very gentle, releasing holding patterns, long held holding patterns that may have been there just the past week, day, or maybe even longer. So just taking your time. Now bringing the hands behind you, we're going to slowly open up the chest. So here, point the toes and reach past the toes. Still anchor the legs, press them down into the ground. Hands behind, and just very gently roll the shoulders up and back, opening up the heart center to the sky. So grounding the sit bones down, and think about lifting up and out of the base of the spine, opening up your throat center now, being very gentle on the head and the neck. We're gently warming up the body and release. Hands come in front, now rounding the back. So this is a little bit of cat-cow. We're just rounding the spine, pulling the belly in here, and then move forward into your opened up chest, up to the sky. So we're just warming up the back, so rounding, and then lifting it up. So we're moving from one opposite end of the spectrum to the other with the spine, very gentle, at the same time grounding the legs down into the ground. So it's a very active pose. There's a very little movement And it seems as if we're not doing much, but actually we are doing so many different things at the same time. So just a few more rounds here, gently poking and prodding your tissues to life, breathing life into them. All right, now let's move into our downward facing dog. I'm going to turn this way. So we're going to come onto our hands and feet. Now, in your first down dog, I'm not going to get too technical, but we're just going to walk it out. So you're going to press your chest back towards your thighs and straightening out through the armpits, and we're just going to walk it out. Because again, we're just warming up the body and seeing how your lower back feels today. Knowing that every day is different. So just straightening one leg, bending the other, maybe coming up high onto your tippy toes, pressing back up and away into the hips, and just seeing what's there as you breathe deep and free into your lower back. So again, we're just poking and prodding these tissues to life here. So just being very gentle with yourself and patient with yourself, and we're observing yourself without judgment. So there's no judgment here. And even if it's judgment against, your biggest competition is you. So I used to think, oh, I should be so much further in my down dog than I am now. So just let all of that go, all of the I shoulds, and allow yourself to be wherever you are right now. Observing without judgment, labeling, or analyzing, just seeing how your back feels, because that's what it really is all about, is how it feels within your own body. Now, pulling forward into high plank now. So we're going to lower the hips, and the way that we get into high plank, now you can always modify it by bringing your knees down to the mat. That's perfectly fine. You just want to keep the tailbone tucked under and press it back through your heels. Then stack your wrists directly under the shoulders. Now this will help to alleviate the pressure off of your wrist if you pull forward through the head and back through the heels. Ignite your core. Now bend your elbows and see if you can lower down and hover about halfway. Remember, modify as needed, Chaturanga Dandasana. Now inhale, straightening the arms, pointing the toes back, and coming into upward facing dog. So this is the flow where we stretch the chest out. Lower back is lifted up, so really dynamic thighs. Now activate your core and use your abdominal muscles to pull your hips back up and away into downward facing dog. Let's walk it out once more, alternating heels down to the mat and breathing deep and free. So when you're in this inversion, the arteries to your head, your brain, open up and they dilate, allowing more blood flow to your brain, washing away old insights and clearing the way for new insights, letting go of any old belief systems that will fool you into believing non-truths. So it's so good to be in an inversion. Now again, here we're going to flow it out. So pull forward into high plank position, lowering the hips. Good. Tailbone tucked under, elbows stacked, bending the elbows. Keep them tucked into your sides. Maybe even rest your chest down onto them. That's the secret to plank. You keep them tucked into your sides. Good. Now inhale, upward facing dog. So just stretch it out. Open up the heart center, dynamic thighs. And exhale, lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Chest back towards the thighs, letting the head go. And inhale, we're gonna lift the right leg long behind you. Good. Now open up the leg all the way, as much as you can. So we're opening up to the side while still pressing evenly down through both hands. Bend the knee and just start to rotate the foot round and round. So we're opening up the body, opening up the hips, and just stretching your joints out, especially around the ankle area, and then circle the other way, clockwise direction and then counterclockwise. As you're breathing your way into it, and the more you work your joints like this, send your breath into the joints, creating more synovial fluid. Now straighten the leg back out to long and square your hips, stepping the right foot outside, right hand. Low lunge. So bring the back knee down to the mat. We're just going to gently pull the hip forward. Just very gently opening up the hip area. And then see if you can hug your knee in towards your midline. So keeping the hips square, we're going to come up onto the right knee here. And make sure there's room between your foot and this back knee. That way you're not like balancing on the tightrope. That's a little bit harder. So we're going to make it easy, very easy. That way we can just focus on opening up and releasing any tension that may be in the hip area. Our bodies absorb so much stress and tension. We're like pin cushions walking around. So here we are, just releasing that tension that may or may not be there. So send your breath focused into that area as you very gently open it up. Now adding in the arms, just see if you can balance here, if it's okay. Then inhale, arms come all the way up. And as you exhale, sending them behind you, shoulder in. So just clasping your hands, allowing your shoulders to come down and back, relaxing them open. What if you get this? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful here. Oh my gosh. Very lucky to have wonderful friends in this wonderful place. So grateful to be here. So one more deep breath, opening up the shoulders. And release. Now placing both hands in front, you're going to come into lightning warrior. So just tucking your back toes and lifting your kneecap up. Yeah, so straightening the leg here. Now coming onto the front foot. So we're just going to lift the back leg. Standing on this leg, this knee can be as bent as you need to be, working with hamstrings. Inhale, looking forward. And exhale, we're just going to round the knee in. Rounding the back, so deep hip and sacrum work. Inhale, 2 more times. Looking forward, flat back, belly in, leg long. And exhale, round, tuck the knee in towards the nose. Last time, inhale, looking forward, lengthening the leg back. And exhale, round, tuck it in just like a ball. Inhale, lengthen the leg back. Step your foot down on the mat. Now press the mat away, step the feet back, and here we flow it out. Bend the elbows, keep them tucked into your sides. Rest your chest on top of the elbows, good. And now inhale, rolling it up. Upward facing dog, pulling the heart away from the heels. And exhale, use your core to pull the hips back up and away. Downward facing dog. Now take a deep breath, slow through the nose. Other side. Inhale, left leg lengthens back, opening it up all the way. Good. Yes. Bending the knee, you know where you're going on this side. And just rotate the ankle round and round. Releasing more synovial fluid and just really getting into the joints and all those tiny little bones in the ankle, the feet. Sending your breath up there into your foot, your uplifted foot, to help alleviate the pressure off your wrist. So we're lifting up. Same time grounding down. And lengthen the leg back to long. Square the hips and breathe your foot. Low lunge outside, left hand. And make sure there's lots of room between your feet and your knee. Bring the back knee down. And we're just going to press forward for a moment, opening up the hips and just allowing yourself to be, hugging the knee in, just coming up onto the knee here. So keeping the hips square towards the front. And here's where we focus your eyes. So this is your ekagrata. You find a non-moving object to focus the eyes upon. And when you're so focused, breathing in one direction, you still the eyes, you still the mind, and the body will follow. And distractions will just eclipse themselves when you focus that way. Inhale, arms reaching all the way high. And exhale, send them behind. And maybe try the opposite thumb on top, just to switch up the grip. Balancing both sides of the body. relaxing the shoulders down and back. Now sending your breath into the targeted areas that absorb so much stress and so much shock. Our pin cushions, we're just recycling it out. It's like a catch and release. We go fishing here. You guys go fishing out there? Yeah. So it's like you catch it, you catch the breath, and then you release it. Letting go of whatever may or may not be stuck in there in your joints. And one more deep breath here. It's like cleansing your body, reset button. On your exhale, we let it go. So placing the hands down on the mat, on the inside of your foot, tuck your back toe, straighten your leg, lift the leg up, coming into your lightning warrior. So just straightening the left leg, lifting the right, looking ahead just like cat-cow. So flat back, belly in, and exhale. Round the back, bring the knee, tuck it in nice and tight. 2 more times, inhale. Again, we're just stretching the body out. And exhale, round the back, belly in. Last one. Last of the warm-ups. Inhale, looking forward. And exhale, round and tuck it in. Inhale, lengthen the leg, back out to long, set the hands, and press the hands away to step the feet together. Good. Flow it out. Bend the elbows. Rest your chest on top of the elbows to lower down so you can hover. Good. Inhale. Straighten the arms. Open up the chest. Dynamic thighs so you don't collapse in your lower back. And exhale. Use your core to pull the hips back up and away. Downward facing dog. Now this time when you inhale, slow through the nose, come up high onto your tippy toes and pull your hips as high as you can, straightening out through the shoulders, pressing the chest back towards the thighs. Now when you send your breath up through your hips, this will alleviate the pressure off your wrists. And as you exhale, now ground your heels down towards the ground. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Coming into your turbo dog now. So bring the knees down to the mat and just hover them a few inches above the mat. Now walk your hands in just a little bit so that they're stacked underneath the shoulders, keeping the arms straight. So now press back through your heels. So you're pressing back through your heels, igniting the core. And here we are, strengthening all of the tiny muscles along the sacrum. So really pull the belly in. So all of the tiny supportive muscles along the spine that get overshadowed by the larger muscle groups, we're just going to tone them up right here. So really pull the belly in and help them out by elongating the back of your neck, pulling up through the crown of your head. Here we're hovering right now. And release. Child's pose. So bring your knees wide, hips down to heels, arms long. Now, whenever we're in yoga and we come into a stressful yoga pose, we repeat that with the counter pose. So this is the relaxing part, and let's stretch the shoulders out. Left hand stays here, right arm threads through and under. Make all the adjustments you need to get the optimal stretch of the right scapula. So send the right shoulder down, away from your ear. So there's plenty of space between your earlobe and the top of your shoulder. Making all the adjustments you need to get the maximum benefit for your particular body and your particular body's needs. Knowing that we are all different. And we're counterposing the down dogs and the planks and switch sides. Right hand comes back and left arm threads through and under. And when we start off our Mondays, we want to just let go of the effects of the weekend, maybe even the last week, and maybe even the last year or lifetime. So we're just allowing whatever tension that may be under the scapula right here, lifting it up and letting it go. And we use the exhale to do that. So that's why it's so important to harness the breath and use it to reset the body. All right, come back to center now. So here we go, back into down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, press the chest back towards the thighs. And here we flow. Inhale, right leg lifts up long behind you. Exhale, we're gonna come into warrior one. So place the foot between the hands. Now back heel will anchor down to the mat, nice and strong. Square the hips, right hip back, left hip forward. Strong foundation, inhale. Upper body, arms to rise. So just take your time. There's no rush, no race here. So we're just gonna breathe into it and learn how to use our warrior and harness our energy. So lift the pelvic wall up, and you're pressing back through this back heel, and you want to straighten up the thigh. So just think about lifting the back of your thigh up towards the sky. Relax the shoulders down, and find that non-moving object where you can focus your eyes and harness your energy, and never feel like you're stuck in a yoga pose either. We're always moving, breathing, adjusting to your particular body, and just experiencing how it feels in your body right here. And now exhale, hands come to heart center. We're going to come into Shogun Warrior. So we're going to take flight, just doing the best that you can. Inhale, press off your back foot and just straighten the right leg, and we're just going to teeter-totter. Warrior 3. Upper body just leans down as you straighten this back leg. Squaring the hips, so maybe roll the left hip down just so that it's even with the right. Now pull the pelvic wall up. And prayer hands are pressing together so that you can balance both sides of the body. So the more you press your hands, the stronger your palms are together, the easier it will be to balance. So just doing the best that you can here. Now just like lightning warrior, you're going to inhale. And as you exhale, bring the knee in to balance, just right here. Remember, strong arms, strong prayer hands, shoulders down your back. And 2 more times. Inhale, back out to warrior 3. So you're just going to lengthen the leg back out, nice and long. And exhale, bring the knee in towards the hands. Good. 1 more time. Lengthen the leg back out to long. Leaning forward, belly in, level hips. And exhale. Bring the knee in to balance. It's okay if you fall. Falling is learning. And lengthen it back out to long. Setting your hands down on the mat. Step it back. High plank position. Let's flow it out. Bend the elbows. Rest them on your elbows. Yes. And inhale. Lifting it up. We're facing dog. Breathe it away. Exhale. Use your core to pull the hips back up and away. Now take a breath slow through the nose. And slow out through the nose. Taking another breath here, slow. So we are training ourselves to control the breath rather than panting it out and having your breath control you. So it's just practice. Other side, inhale, left leg. Lengthens back nice and long. Exhale, step it through, place between the hands. Now anchor your back heel down, nice and strong. Both heels are in one line, strong foundation. Good. Upper body rises, and we're just breathing our way from one opposite end of the spectrum to another. So this is how we seamlessly transition day to night, night to day. And noticing that each side is different. Maybe this side's a little bit tighter. So whichever side is tighter in the hips, you want to work that tighter side a little bit deeper with the breath. So here's where you let the breath do all the work. And we're grounding down, lifting up at the same time, balancing our action with relaxation. So strong core, relaxed heart. Again, it takes time to practice to breathe this way. So just taking your time. And hands to heart center. You know where we're going. Let's fly. Inhale, press off the right foot. And just taking your time, strong left leg. Slowly starting to balance. Now remember, focusing your eyes, non-moving object. This will help to keep you balanced. And you can learn how to focus all of your energy, your mind, breath, body, working in one direction. And learning how to relax, because your body responds so much more beautifully when we are relaxed. Now here we go into the balance shogun. Inhale. And exhale, just bringing the knee in towards the prayer hands, just doing the best that you can. Belly in nice and tight. And release it back out to long. Lengthening, and remember, going at your own pace. Tune this practice into you and what works best for you. And slowly bring the knee in. Balancing here. You guys are doing so good. And lengthen it back out to long. Now just one more time. So really reach past the toes. The stronger uplifted leg, the easier it will be on your bottom leg. Equal weight distribution. And slowly bring the knee in. Balancing here. It's okay if you fall. I fall all the time. Each time you fall, you're building up all those tiny little muscles that we were talking about against your infrastructure. That support system of your skeletal system, your skeletal structure, yes. And release. Both hands down to the mat. Step the feet back. And let's flow it out. Bend the elbows. Lower it down. Strong core. Inhale. Rolling it up toward facing dog. And exhale. Use your core. Lifting up. Down dog. And now a little bit of pigeon. Deep hip work. Inhale. Right leg lifts up long behind you. Exhale. We're going to twist. Bring the foot to the left hand. So here we are. You're going to bring your knee out to the side and set your knee down. Now here we're just going to come all the way down. So just having your knee open to the side and seeing if you can bring your shin just a little bit more out in front. Now if you keep this foot active, which is flexed, the more active your feet are, the more protected your knee joint will be. And then we just want to level the hips the best that we can, just so we can get a nice even stretch in the pelvic area. So using our breath to move us deeper, inhale, lengthening up the chest to get more space out of the lower back, and exhale. Maybe come down onto your forearms, keeping your spine nice and long. Now we've built up some heat in our body, and that is the heat that you created. You made that heat happen. That is Agni, fire. So we use the basic elements, fire that we make within our body, to balance the water that we have in our body. We get the circulatory system going, resetting our system, and getting any stagnant water flowing through. So really focus your breath and use that fire that you made happen within your body. Breathe it now. So harness your energy, pulling the pelvic wall up and the navel in. Now if this feels okay, we're going to add in the shoulders here. So right arm, just reaching it out, palm faces down, just like we did the beginning child's pose. Thread the left arm through and under. Now just see if that feels okay. And just go as far as feels good to you. You can leave both hands flat to activate the pose a little bit more, releasing any tension that may or may not be in the middle upper back, right between the shoulder blades. So send the shoulder blades wide apart from each other, down your back, and breathe it into there. Breathe your fire breath into your spine, as well as the hips. So anything that is stuck, that needs to be recycled out of the body, it has nowhere to go but up and out of you now. And slowly come back up. Coming back up on your hands. and walking your hands in. Now we're going to come into king pigeon. So sitting your hips back just a little bit, squaring the hips, and just bend the back knee. Seeing how that feels, and then taking hold of your foot, countering the pose, yes. So you're very gently going to kick back into the grip. Elongate the back of your neck, pulling up through the crown of your head. And you can always reach the front arm forward if that feels okay. And release. So releasing the leg back down. Now here we go. We're going to tuck the back toe, lift the back leg up, and we're going to press it away into three-legged dog. So lift it up again as high as you can, opening up the hips, pointing the toe towards the left shoulder. All right, we're going to flip our dogs here. Now don't be scared. You can do it. You can do it, Andrea. I know you can. We're going to flip it over. So very, very slowly come onto the left hand. Coming onto the left hand. Yes! Yes! You did it! Yes, 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 yes! Yes! Now bring the feet together, about hip width distance apart. Yes! Press down through your feet. Lift the hips up. And reach with your upper arm. Yes, yes, good! Good. Good, good, good. Very, very good release on the back. And slowly start to flip your dog back over. Good, Nicole. Oh my gosh, so proud of you. Coming back into your three-legged dog. And then press the leg down on the ground. So feet both come down again. Pull forward into high plank. Let's flow it out. Bend the elbows, lower it down. Create a little bit more heat. Inhale, rolling it up. And exhale, breathing it back up and away. Down dog. And moving into the other side. Inhale, left leg. Lengthens back nice and long. Exhale. Bring the foot towards the right hand. Knee comes out to the side. And just very gently setting it down. Good, good. Opening up as much as you can. That feels good to you. So again, just listening to your body. Tuning your awareness in. And then respecting your body, because sometimes just because you can doesn't always mean that you should, especially when your body is saying no, no, no. So it's listening and respecting that, and then breathing a little deeper. So remembering that your breath leads your movements to keep you safe. And sometimes one side is tighter than the other. So if this is your tighter side, just work it deeper with the breath. And we're allowing our breath to do all of the work here. And just allow the muscles to fall where they may and create that agni, that fire, that deep breath into the pelvic area, just releasing all that pressure that the hips take on. And your hips can store away some of that energy. No judgment on what kind of energy it is. It's just energy that's there. And now leave the left arm nice and long. So we're just going to reach it out, adding in the shoulders, and then thread the right arm through and under. Remembering to give as much room as you can between the top of the shoulder and the earlobe. So sending that shoulder down, lengthening the back of your neck, and just stretching out the upper middle back. So sending the shoulder blades away from each other and activating your hands. So both your hands, your palms, are pressing down into the ground as you're breathing your way into it. And remembering, whenever we're releasing these long-held holding patterns, you're just observing whatever comes up, whatever it may be, and just letting it go. And now coming back to center. So walking the hands in, lifting up from the base of the spine, coming into your king pigeon now. So just bending the back knee, taking hold of the foot, and then very gently opening up your shoulder just to counter pose. So still turn the right hip forward just to keep both hips even, and then maybe reach the front arm forward, doing whatever it is that you need to do to get your body all stretched out. And on your next out breath, slowly start to release, setting both hands in front, tucking the back toes, lifting that leg up, and here we go. We're gonna press through the palms to step the feet back, high plank position, and now side plank here. You can do it. So here we go. Left hand stays, coming onto the sides of the feet. Right arm comes up nice and high. Now lift the hips up and use your upper hand to alleviate pressure off the wrist. So lift up as if you're reaching that helping hand above you. And then elongate the arm. Once you can't reach any further higher, then elongate the arm. Nice and long over the head. We're getting into the side obliques here. And release to the other side. So right hand comes down, slowly opening up to the other side. Good. Lifting up through the fingers, reaching for that helping hand, lifting the hips up as high as you can. And then when you can't reach any higher, then elongating the arm, long over your head, reaching the fingertips forward. Good, 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 good. Getting the side obliques. Yes. And coming back to center now. Here we go, flowing it out. Bend the elbows, lower it down, chaturanga. You guys are troopers. Inhale, opening up the heart center, and exhale, down dog. Now coming down onto the knees. We're just gonna cross our feet, laying down on our backs now. Coming into just 2 sets of bridge and spinal twist. And then we're done. So fingertips just graze the backs of the heels. You're going to press down through the heels, lifting the hips up, tucking the tailbone under, and then just walking the shoulders in towards themselves. Elongating the arms and just interlacing the fingers. Opening up the heart center. So shoulders are down your back. And arms are engaged. So most of the pressure is from you pressing down through the heels and on the backs of your arms. So very little pressure on your head and neck. Deep breath here. We are countering that pigeon with bridge. And whenever we're in bridge, bridges are how we connect with others. So it's like we're islands unto ourselves, and we use our bridge to connect with others. So you think about the relationships that we have. And don't worry, some bridges, if it's a relationship that needs a little bit of work, don't be afraid to burn that bridge down. And then you just rebuild it back. Even more beautiful than ever. So walk the left foot to the center of the midline of your body now. And inhale, right knee into the chest. Good, good, good. Now straighten the toe, straight up to the sky here. And reach the toe as high as you can. Good, good, good. Reach past the toes and switch. Now right foot comes down. Left knee comes into the chest and straighten the leg. Point the toe as high as you can. Good, good, good. Reach it. And release it down. Hips come all the way down. Bottoms of feet together. Knees apart. One hand on your heart. One hand on your belly. Now remember, harness your energy. So pull that pelvic wall up and in. That way you're not a live wire. We're harnessing that energy. And this is where we use it. That agni, that heat. So think of a place within your body that needs special attention. It may be a part of your body that you've ignored for a while. So we're going to use that fire, that heat, that agni, that magic that you made happen within your body. And this is what we use to heal ourselves. So take that breath, that exhale, and expel whatever it is. Breathe your breath into that place in your body, especially if it's a place that you've ignored for a while. Just send your breath there. No labeling or analyzing it, just breathing into it. Perfect. Now slowly coming back. Now we can come into a second set of bridge, or you can come into wheel. Now, if you'd like to do bridge, just feet flat, hip width distance, lifting the hips up and then interlacing the hands and arms nice and long, just like we did before. Or if you'd like to come to wheel, so you're going to place your hands on either side of the ears. Now, fingertips point backwards towards your feet. Elbows are pointed straight up at the sky. Take a deep breath here, and as you inhale, you're just going to press the ground away, lifting up the chest. Beautiful, beautiful. Straightening through the shoulders and just letting your head go. And just one more breath here. Deep release. Beautiful. And slowly start to roll down one vertebrae at a time with control. All the way down, back into Supta Baddha Konasana. So bottoms of feet together, knees apart. This time, one hand on the forehead and one hand on the belly. Circle your breath around and around. Harness your energy, pelvic wall up, belly in. And we're just going to breathe in and out through the nose, sending the breath down the spine, back up all the way into your mind, washing away old belief systems that could fool you into believing non-truths, clearing the pathway for new insights, new creativity, and repatterning the brain to the sounds of nature. Surrounding yourself with this truth, anchoring yourself into this thought pattern. The stillness of the lake, the reflection of the water, the wisdom of the trees, rejuvenating you, reviving you, washing you away clean, using your own breath, your own fire, and you have the help of nature. It is on your side. When you walk, the universe, giving it time, will start to rearrange itself in your favor, because once you start paying attention to it, it will start paying attention to you. So we're just learning and using everything that we've been given to put ourselves back together again. And now slowly release, bringing the knees in towards the chest, and just very gently seeing how your lower back feels. I've got the microphone in my... Good. And if it feels okay, coming into the spinal twist. This is the last pose here. So just bringing the knees over to the side. And trying to maintain both shoulders down on the ground as evenly as you can. And this is just so you can get a deeper stretch all the way from the sacrum up through the crown of your head. So just looking in the opposite direction of where your knees are pointing. And now here, we're going to let our bellies go. So on your in-breath, just allow your belly to go, just like the way a baby breathes. And on your exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale, let the belly out. And on the exhale, pull the belly in. Now this is how you internally massage your digestive system. So after every meal, if you like, come into your twist, and on the in-breath, send the belly out. Focused yoga breath. And on the exhale, pull the belly back in. So we're just helping out your digestive system. That way you can process and take in the nutrients, and then exhale what you no longer need, what no longer serves your body. And slowly come back to center, very gently making your way to the other side. And just maintaining both shoulders down on the ground, looking in the opposite direction, and using your breath to aid your digestive system. Focused breathing, so here your breath does all of the work. This is a great counter pose, learning how to use your body to digest. And when we're in a still position as well, and we just let the breath do all the work, this is when we allow our muscles to absorb all of that work as well. So one more round of breath, deep belly breathing. Inhale, just let your belly go. And on the exhale, pull the belly in. And release, coming back to center now. And now slowly, slowly bring the knees into the chest, giving yourself a big hug here. And then just gripping the backs of the knees, rocking and rolling a few times. And coming into a comfortable seated position, facing front. Now here we end with our intention, especially at the beginning of the week. So just get into a comfortable seated position. Just a place where you can be and breathe for just a moment. Inhale, circle, sweep arms, come all the way up just to lengthen your spine. And exhale, bring the thumbs up to the third eye. We have 3 eyes, 1 to see. So just setting your attention here. Thinking about what you want most. And thinking about what you'd like to bring most to the world today. And maybe following that source, what is the driving motivation behind your intention? Taking it all the way to the source there. And maybe dedicating your practice or your week to someone or something special in your life. Whatever that intention may be, let's breathe life into it. Inhale, just pressing the prayer palm straight up in the sky, sending it out into the universe. Exhaling it, coming right back to you. 2 more times. Inhale your intention, sending it out and around. As you exhale, coming right back to your heart center last time. Breathing it up and out of the way. And exhale, coming right back to where we all began. Thumbs up to third eye center. I thank you so much, so grateful that we were able to come here and practice with each other today. It's so wonderful, so dear to my heart. I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so proud of you working on the self. Doing this right here takes great courage and great strength. Some people run from this all their lives, but you're not just anyone, are you? You found this for a reason. You are here for a reason, and I believe in you. You are not alone. We are in this together, and we rise by lifting each other up.